Hey there Babylonians, it's Songs of Rage again. How is it going? And this is another legendary guide, and today I'm bringing you the Pirate, the Landlubber sniper rifle. It is exquisite looking. It's just gorgeous looking. I genuinely wish I could get, because I'm into my airsoft, I genuinely wish I could make a sniper rifle that looks as good as this. What we're going to do today, we're going to have a look at its stats. We're going to look at its tier 3 mod as usual, what makes it unique. How is it going to be good? Is it any good for running expeditions or any other kind of content that Outriders brings to you? And then just take it from there. I am pleased to say that after the last episode, it's finally good to get back to start getting to some of these good guns and some of these good tier mods. The Landlubber is really unique in what it actually offers. Offers in the legendary Minefield tier 3 mod. So critical shots spawn explosives around your target, each dealing in this case 41,000, but I have seen that the level 51 goes up to over 50,000 and in a 5 meter radius. Now it's kind of misleading that at the 5 meters you don't feel like that's a lot, but then you consider that when you actually hit a critical shot, the explosives go in all different directions in a circle around the actual critical shot that you've just done. So when it says 5 meters, it actually means 5 meters for each of the explosives that go off, and then all of a sudden that's covering anywhere between 10 to 15 meters away from the initial target that you did, and that is a lot of damage to be able to output, because these things spawn like 4 or 5 explosives, and each dealing up to 50,000 is all of a sudden you're doing 250,000 damage just to a single person target that's stood next to who you've just shot. Okay, so we've established that the mod can deal a lot of damage. So why is this a good playstyle to use? Well, it's definitely different from what the current meta is, which is normally shotguns and assault rifles, preferably burst firing ones, but that allows you to stay mobile. It allows you to pick off those opponents that you need to. And obviously for the tricksters and the devastators that need to get in close, they have the option of being able to deal some close range damage. Now, sniper rifles I don't think are seeing the meta at the moment, but they do offer a different kind of playstyle, and it plays perfectly into the Technomancer, which is the complete opposite from the Fatal Symbionts episode that we did last time. Check out that video, I'll put a link on this one. So Technomancers benefit from being the experts at being long range, and they have a capstone that allows you to do an extra 20% damage just flat as sniper rifles, or just sniper kind of, just rifle kind of guns. And I don't think any of the other classes benefit from that. And then on top of that, the Technomancer heals from any damage that he deals, or she deals, and has so many different gadgets available to them to be able to keep enemies at bay. So ice turrets, blighted turrets, cold snap, things like that, to be able to keep yourself safe just in case you do actually get rushed. And that plays into it allows the Technomancer to be a jack of all trades in some kind of way, because they have the ability to go for the assault rifle option, which is the main thing to do at the moment, and that's currently how I run myself. But then you've got the option to be able to sit back, pick people off with sniper rifles, like this one, which is a brilliant example really, and to then deal explosive damage, to then like thin out the herd, to support your teammates from the back, and all the while healing, and then yeah, just being able to pick off those headshots. And this weapon does it so well. It's a bolt action, but the rate of fire that it's able to achieve is actually pretty good. And in a pinch, where up close, the hip fire is not too bad. You can actually rely on it in some kind of cases, especially those the ones that are the breachers and the cutthroats that actually do charge and rush you in your face. It's quite surprising as to how easy it is to be able to take some of those down. So you've played the game, you've got to some of the side quests, and there is one way to be able to guarantee yourself a Landlubber, and that's by playing the mission Big Iron. Now all it asks you to do is collect 3 parts, and you kill a few beasts, you kill a few people, kill a few captains, you hand it in, you get your choice out of 3, and I genuinely do think that the Landlubber is the best one out of all 3. The tier 3 mod alone is just miles above what the others actually have, and I believe it's the Grim Marrow and the Airy. I can't remember what the last word in that is, but okay, the Grim Marrow is okay, the Airy to be able to levitate people is alright, but to be able to, every time you hit a critical shot once every 3 seconds, to be able to spawn all those explosives around yourself, just to be able to deal with crowd control, is brilliant. So you've decided that you want to go Technomancer, you've decided you want to go long range, decided sniper rifle. You've decided and you've settled on the Landlubber. What's the best tier, well, just mod pairing to be able to go with this? Now, it's easy enough to be able to use the minefield that it already comes with to just chuck explosives everywhere, and that's actually not a bad call. I do think that's a pretty good one. I do think there are better options, but you can't go wrong with it, and you can just leave that as it is, and you can just watch the mayhem and the chunks go flying. Other options are just standard tier 3 mods that just go really well hand in hand with most of the meta weapons at the moment. So Embalmer's Rage, getting yourself critical hits just constantly. You can always trigger off the minefield then, and also Killing Spree to be able to increase your already high damage, and just take it that next step further, just to be able to like almost one-shot captains on lower difficulties. But then obviously as you need to go into CT14, CT15, you're definitely going to need that higher firepower boost to be able to just deal that damage and just try and take down things like Broodmothers as quickly as possible. All in all, I'd highly recommend you grab yourself a Landlubber. If the sniping is not going to fit in with your class, so obviously as a trickster you wouldn't want to go into sniping, then you would want to dismantle this for the mod. It's a great mod. It could be so much fun just to be able to cause so much havoc and destruction. But obviously if you're playing a more of a longer range class, so maybe a Technomancer and maybe a Pyromancer to a certain extent, but definitely Techno, then yes, you'll want this for the gun as well as the mod, and it's just a lovely pairing. To be able to have a sniper rifle that as soon as you hit a critical shot, you know you're going to be dealing damage in an area around them. Pair that with the toxic rounds, which also it affects enemies that are nearby as well. You're looking at a lot of damage and a lot of mob clearing. You're looking at a lot of spread damage, and yeah. You honestly cannot go wrong with the Landlubber. It's one of my favourites. I don't use it as much, but I do love the idea behind it, and I just always keep it on my person. So final thoughts for you. If you're looking for long range combat, get yourself this and just use the gun. If you're not interested in that kind of sense, just grab it, dismantle it, and just have a little bit of fun with the mod. And that brings us to the end of the Landlubber. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've learned something useful. I hope you like the gameplay in the background, just showing off just how devastating it can actually be, especially when enemies are grouped up. If you did enjoy, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Obviously there's a lot of people that are coming to the channel at the moment that just haven't signed up just yet, but yeah, just get yourself notified as to when we next do another video. We're looking to do them a bit more daily, definitely at least 5 videos a week. And yeah, let's get through some legendary guides and get moving on to some builds. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you keep yourself well, and I shall catch you on the next video.